is coming out. While China roars at our borders, Prime Minister Modi has drawn a Lakshman Rekha for the dragon. In fact, 281 days after a brief encounter in Bali during the G20 summit, Prime Minister Modi and Xi Jinping have met again over the boundary row between India and China. In fact, India has dug in its heels with Prime Minister Modi, clarifying that maintaining peace in the border areas and respecting LAC are the prerequisites to normalizing ties between the two nations. However, the opposition has lashed out at the Prime Minister, saying that he frequently meets the Chinese Premier but keeps India in the dark. In fact, you also have Rahul Gandhi coming out and saying that thousands of kilometers of Indian land have been grabbed and snatched away by China.
चाइना ने हिंदुस्तान की जमीन ली है। हजारों किलोमीटर जमीन हिंदुस्तान की चाइना ने हमसे छीनी है। और दुख की बात है कि हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री ने ऑपोजिशन की मीटिंग में कहा कि हिंदुस्तान का 1 इंच किसी ने नहीं लिया है। यह सरासर झूठ है। लद्दाख का हर व्यक्ति इस बात को जानता है कि लद्दाख की जमीन चाइना ने हिंदुस्तान से ली है।
19 rounds of talks have been held. The Prime Minister also spoke to the Chinese President in Bali. Again, it was after a month we came to know some sort of agreement has happened. 23rd August, the Prime Minister of our country, Shri Narendra Modi, meets the Chinese President, and on August 24th, the nation comes to know. The Chinese Foreign Ministry releases a statement and says that this meeting happened at the request of our Prime Minister. My question is, why is our Prime Minister running after this Chinese President? And why is the BJP keeping the nation in dark about what is happening in Ladakh? I demand that a special session of the parliament should be called by the ruling party.
इस वक्त माहौल ऐसा दिख रहा है कि चाइना ने भारत की जो LAC थी उसको ब्रीच करके वो आगे बढ़ गया। जहां पे कुछ वर्ष पहले तक भारतीय सेना गश्त करती थी, वहां पे उसको गश्त करने नहीं दिया जा रहा। हम चीनी राष्ट्रपति के पीछे पीछे भाग रहे हैं कि हमें बात कर लो, हमसे बात कर लो, मामला सुलझा लो, और वे सुलझा नहीं रहे हैं। तो नुकसान हमारा है, क्योंकि इस वक्त चीन हमारी ज़मीन पे बैठा हुआ है। तो हमको G20 से पहले चीन से 2 टूक बात करनी चाहिए।
Well, in fact, let's go across to Manickam Tagore, who's joining us live. Congress MP, a very senior leader of the party. Mr. Tagore, we heard what Rahul Gandhi had said. He's reiterated that China has taken thousands of kilometers of Indian land. However, the BJP has said that the man and his family who have met the Chinese envoy at the peak of Doklam standoff in a secret meeting should not today be preaching and warning against China.
The problem with BJP is simple. BJP will forget that Jula of the Chinese Premier and Modi ji. BJP will forget the secret meetings as Chief Minister when he went to China. The Prime Minister went to China. Only country has been allowed, visa was given for China only. So they should not speak about these kind of words. Let us come to the point that Mr. Gandhi, who is on a trip to Ladakh, on a yatra, Bharat Jodo yatra to Leh and Ladakh for the past 8 days, had been meeting thousands of people. And he was speaking in a public meeting today. It was more than 20,000 people were there. And that public meeting, he was telling about his experience of 8 days, how people have been briefing about him, about sharing their experience. BJP leaders, nobody is going to Leh and Ladakh. The problem is for them is that they go by chopper and get back from there. They are not grounded. They are with only with security forces they can move. Mr. Gandhi has gone with people. He was on a bike ride.
Okay.
And he has met thousands of people.
But how does that take away from the facts, Manickam Tagore? Because let's just stick to the facts here. I'll just read them out. Let me know if you would like to refute any of these facts. That in 1950, Prime Minister Modi had literally gifted away the UNSC seat to China. Till date, India seeks permanent membership. It didn't get it. It was given away in 1950. 1954 Panchsheel Treaty, which is formerly called Tibetan as the region of China. 3 months later, China had violated the Ladakh border. 1962, Prime Minister Nehru, at the time when he had talked about Hindi Chini bye-bye, you had China wresting away 20% of the disputed land of Aksai Chin. Now, these are all facts. Let me know if you disagree with any of them.
This is not fact. This is WhatsApp forwards of BJP guys. You are reading it as facts. Okay, nobody gifted Security Council. Let us not. You are in a serious channel like
which is why. Are you saying that there was?
Can you tell me? I'll challenge you. What is the proof that in 1950 you told that India is gifted to China?
Was it
what
not?
You are saying? What you are saying?
Was India offered
India
a UNSC security seat?
Who is India? You have to understand India was 3 years
China
old.
to get that seat. Is that not true?
You have to understand it. You have to understand it, Dekha. You have to understand it clearly. You should know about it. Facts. Don't come have a debate on where you don't know facts. Just speak about the BJP.
We are asking you if you are saying that there was no such thing, that India had not.
What you are saying? India was a 3 years old. India after independence was a 3 years country. The World Forum. Who is going to give us this much these things?
So you're saying India was never offered a UNSC seat, and Nehru at the time did not back China's membership.
You have to. What I am saying is that you can't just go by WhatsApp forwards. You can't have a discussion of BJP WhatsApp to me. I am a member of parliament. I
don't know if you've read that.
I don't want to. These are all. I have never heard about it. These are all only WhatsApp stories only. Show me one document on it. Can you show me one document on it?
No, you said it's a BJP WhatsApp. I was wondering if you've read it on some BJP WhatsApp, because I haven't.
Yeah. I read it in BJP. Thousands of times I read it in BJP WhatsApps. What is there in these things? BJP WhatsApp is everywhere. Only lies will be spread. And you are taking that to the national channel.
Okay, let me know.
And asking an opposition leader like this.
2012, or would you prefer to go further back? 1996, was there a Congress and JDS who had signed a pact saying they will not be carrying arms near the LAC? Later on, many have said that is what had happened.
You tell me who is the 1996, who is the Chief Prime Minister?
Is that what your problem was?
Who was the Prime Minister?
Are you saying that this pact, Mr.
1996,
Tagore,
who was the Prime Minister?
Mr. Manickam Tagore, I'm citing some things.
If
you have a problem with that, is your problem that this pact was not signed? You said you want to talk about facts. Mr. Manickam Tagore, I asked you. And then, now this is also something which has been said, tell me if this is not true, that Chinese had destroyed the Zorawar fort in Demjok. This is 2012. And then in 2012, they also allegedly then set up an observing point and built colony of 13 cemented houses. Are you saying all of that didn't happen?
In 2000, I'll ask you one question. 1996, who was the Prime Minister?
So are you going to stick to that?
No, I'm asking you a question. You asked the question, I'm asking you.
Are you denying? Because you're trying to deviate from the subject. I asked you a simple thing. Was there a pact which was there or not, which said that there will not be arms which are going to be carried to the LAC? You can either say that is wrong. You can ask me anything you want, but the one question I had asked you, sir, you have not answered.
You have asked two things.
Was there?
Dekha, hello, Ms. Dekha, you listen. Two things you told. One is 1956 and 1996 you came. I'm asking about 1996 to you. Who is the Prime Minister?
I am asking you, sir. I'm asking you, sir.
Arey Baba, you tell me who was the Prime Minister? In that time, you don't know the Prime Minister.
But are you saying that there is a JDS pact or not? I kept asking you that. You can ask me all kinds of history, but the point is I'm asking you a simple question. You are saying it's not there. Either you tell me that is not. Was there a pact?
You have to understand it. You have to ask this question to Dev Godaji. Where BJP is sitting in the lap of Kumarasamy. Their lap, you have to ask them.
But he was, how does it matter? It was a Congress and JDS alliance partner which was at the center.
Congress and JDS was not alliance. Congress was only supporting outside. Know the fact, what you are doing that time.
So you are saying it was an outside support at the time, which is why, so Congress should not have, can absolve itself, right?
The 1996, what the Prime Minister in that day, what Mr. Modi is giving away today, how Nitish Kumar, this thing, ADMK will be responsible for it. Who is the alliance partner? What you are saying? You are speaking in a national television.
Mr. Manickam Tagore, Congress had given outside support. You are at least saying that. I said it was a pact at the time, which was between the, it was the Congress and the JDS, which was there.
It was a UF government. Kindly note it, because what is your age in that time? I don't know. It is a UF government, United Front government, led by Mr. Devagowda ji, which was Congress was supporting outside. Okay. Congress was supporting outside. Outside support Congress was giving. If, for example, if what Mr. Modi is doing today, how ADMK will be responsible for it? ADMK is not part of the government. You should answer it, no?
So essentially, there were no such concessions which were made by China. I have been told, unfortunately, we are running out of time. I'd request you, however, to stay on with us, because we do want to come back and speak to you about the CBSE exhibition on partition as well. If you just stay on with us, we are going to slip into a short break. We'll come back and speak to you about the CBSE partition. Welcome back. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. Mr. Manickam Tagore is here with us, Congress MP. So the big row which has been kicked up is about, can you possibly forget the wounds of the past? Well, that is the debate which has been reignited by Mr. Manickam Tagore, who's of course here with us. He's written a letter to the Education Minister. He has asked the Education Minister to withdraw the CBSE decision to organize an exhibition on the partition themes in schools. He has said that this is something which is going to create divide, and it is going to sow seeds of hatred in the future generations. Of course, the BJP has said that it's important we don't forget the lessons of the past. Mr. Tagore, I'll ask you one question. When you say that this is going to sow seeds of hatred and divisiveness, should we not look into the dark parts of Indian history as well?
I am from Tamil Nadu. I represent a constituency in Virudhunagar. In that constituency, there are only 7 schools of CBSE. After this session was over, when I went to a constituency, I was told by the parents that these kind of exhibitions spreads hatred, and this is an RSS agenda. RSS agenda is to spread hatred, and through these kind of things which happened in 75 years or 80 years before, that happened, this happened, that kind of things, one-sided things, whatever we are trying to, in the government money, if they wanted to spread these kind of things, it spreads hatred among the people. Therefore, I wrote a letter to the Education Minister. Instead, you should have, I spoke to the Education Minister also. I told him that instead you can have an exhibition on Chandrayaan. What is the problem in having a Chandrayaan exhibition than spreading hatred?
One quick question, Mr. Tagore, before we let you go, because there are such international days which also exhibit the bloodshed and the violence of the past. You have the International Holocaust Remembrance Day on 27th of January. You have every year 23rd of January, which is International Day of Remembrance of Slave Trades. Now, these are also very dark parts of history. However, they are being commemorated because many say it's lest we forget.
You are comparing oranges with apples, and you are not comparing correct things. The hate which the RSS wants to spread it can't be allowed, and you may allow it, and in your channel you can allow it. But I will not be allowing it. I'll, as an Indian, true Indian, follow Gandhian principles. These kind of hatred and in the government money, taxpayers' money should not be allowed. That's the thing I wanted to tell you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Manickam Tagore, for joining us here on the show. With that, we're going to be wrapping up this bulletin. Thank you for watching.